What's up, Jokelings? Joking Moron here, and today I'll be explaining to you about Purple Guy. Here we go. So you might have heard about Purple Guy from all across the internet. Purple Guy is the main antagonist of Five Nights at Freddy's, which is an indie video game created by an indie game developer named Scott Cawthon. Five Nights at Freddy's was created in 2014, with there being 8 games in the main series, 3 side games, and 6 books. There is also a movie and another game in the making, and probably more by the time you're watching this. The game series is based around animatronics coming to life at night and hunting you down to kill you in one way or another. Now, we aren't going to be talking about all the games, nor all the mechanics in today's video. We're going to be talking only about Purple Guy's lore. Don't worry though, there's a lot to him. The story starts with a man called William Afton. William Afton had a wife called Clara, 3 children called Michael, the eldest, Elizabeth, the middle, and Evan, the youngest. Afton was the co-owner of his and his partner's franchise. Henry, his partner, and him ran an animatronic pizzeria by themselves. There were 2 different types of animatronics. One was just a plain old robot. The other one was an animatronic that, when the spring locks in it were held back, would turn into a suit just big enough for a human to fit inside of. William Afton was the one that would work on the animatronics, while Henry would deal with the legal side of things. The problem with old Billy is that he would cut corners in creating the robots to save a few bucks. Nothing like risking life and limb to get $50 back on your order, is there? Anyways, him skimping out on basic safety features would literally cost him everything. Not just currency-wise either. One day his son, Evan, was having a birthday party at the pizzeria, but not by choice. He actually hated the animatronics. Now his brother, Michael, loved the animatronics just because his brother hated them. Michael and his friends on Evan's birthday hoisted him up and put his head into a robot's mouth to scare him. Now before I tell the next part, I need to explain something about the spring lock suits. Major movement would cause them to snap back and release all animatronic parts back into their original placement. So Michael had shoved Evan's head into Golden Freddy's mouth, and, of course, if you are a small child getting stuffed into a semi-realistic robotic bear's mouth, you'll struggle at least a little bit. Unfortunately, this caused the spring locks to release and slammed Golden Freddy's top jaw towards his bottom jaw. Evan lost his frontal lobe and later died in the hospital. This horrible incident was indeed William Afton's fault for being a wallet-tight, greedy, small-minded man. But even though he was this and way more, he was a caring father nonetheless. This accident and tragedy caused him to literally go insane from the guilt and sorrow. One day he found his partner's daughter, Charlotte, outside of the pizzeria and stabbed her to death. He then proceeded to kill at least 5 more children. Charlotte, filled with anger from her death, stayed in this world to seek revenge. She possessed a marionette and then took the souls of the 5 dead children and put them into 5 animatronic suits. After killing and killing and killing children for months and even years, William Afton was chased into a back room in the original location of Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria by the souls of the dead children. For some reason, he thought it would be smart to jump into a spring-lock suit that had been sitting in the back damp room for a long time and start laughing. Maybe pure insanity, maybe stupidity, we don't know. Anyways, he started laughing really hard. So hard it released all spring locks, sending metal spikes all across his body, crushing his spine, puncturing his lungs, shoving the animatronic eyeballs back into his skull, and so much more painful experiences. This was by far fair because of what he did to all those countless children, but I would not wish this death upon my worst enemy. 30+ years pass, and his remainder of a body that had rotted away was found. Instead of, looking inside of the suit because obviously a horrid smell would be coming from the animatronic, the company decided to just reuse it in another location. I guess old Billy's morals were transferred to his franchise once he died. After he was moved to the other location, he set the whole thing on fire when he was inside of it just to kill one night guard of the building. Now, we need to go back in time. Bear with me. When William and his remaining kids, Michael and Elizabeth, were still alive, old Billy purchased a new building and made some new animatronics. Of course he would. He knew they were dangerous because he told his children not to get close to them, but his daughter, Elizabeth, really liked the looks of one of the robots. She one day decided to come up towards Baby, the rent-a-robot for parties. Now, old Billy Boy programmed Baby to grab children, drag them into her body, and crush them. I really hate how that sounded, but take what I just said in the most gory way possible. Anyways, Elizabeth was dragged into the robot, crushed to liquid. William was the cause of it. His wife lost another child. Michael lost his last sibling. Blah, blah, blah. It happens. Fast forward 20-something years, and Michael returns to the location with Baby and tried talking to his dead sister. Elizabeth possessed Baby and kinda turned a little crazy from being in a robot that literally took her life away from her. Now, Michael was the electrician at the new location, and every night he worked. After working 5 nights, he realized that the animatronics of the area were planning on taking the best parts of themselves, making a better animatronic, skinning Michael with a giant ice cream scooper, and wearing Michael's skin as a suit to escape the location. They did exactly that. They walked out of the building with their exotic butters and lived as Michael. Of course, since Michael was dead, his body started to rot. After a few weeks, the animatronic deserted the skin, but then the body came back to life. Now, technically, all of Afton's children were dead. Years passed, and Michael decided to tear down all that his father had created. He would lure all the animatronics together. Michael bought a franchise of Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. He slowly brought in all the animatronics, and Michael and Henry burned down the building with everyone dying. Henry's last words to his old partner was the following.
Although for one of you, the darkest pit of hell has opened to swallow you whole, so don't keep the devil waiting, friend.
Unfortunately, we aren't finished. William's soul was sent to his own personal hell, and some of the souls of the children followed just to torture him for what he did. That part of William would suffer there for eternity. But old Billy wasn't stupid, just insane. He somehow uploaded a chunk of his consciousness into a computer, and then was transferred into a game. This game was a VR version produced by Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria Company to make light of what had happened. Side note, because of Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria making a game about all the previous games, we don't know what's real about the lore and what's fake, so everything we just learned might be false. Thanks, Scott Cawthon. You're the man. Back to the story. William slowly starts to infect a game developer's mind. After the dev left his project, his partner starts making logs about all that had been going on. Then you join to start working. You slowly start to find the logs, and on the final log you hear how William Afton is connected to all the tapes, and you should never bring them back together. Great. A little late for that, I suppose. After you return from the tapes, old Billy tries to take over your mind. He succeeds. The craziest and most dangerous part of William Afton is now in control of you, and now is in the real world. This is where the story ends off. A new game, FNaF Security Breach, is planned to be released soon. Not like it wasn't said to be a year ago, but still. I will link the official trailers for the new game down below. Any new development in the story will be covered on this channel, so make sure to subscribe. It's free! I hope I helped you, and you should be ready to deep dive into all the other lore. I will link a full gameplay of the series in the description below. I highly recommend watching it. Good luck, and as always, God bless.